let's talk about the All-Star format. I'm going to preface it by saying this. My son is 11. He's become a huge NBA junkie. He asked me yesterday what I thought of the new All-Star game format. And this is what I said. I said, explain it to me. And he had to go get his phone so that he could read the specific language of the 4-team tournament, the right, et cetera, et cetera. And then he was like, wait, if the Rising Stars are playing, does that mean that Saturday is not going to be? No, okay, this says Saturday is going to be going. Do you guys think it's a good idea that they are taking an all-star game that feels like it's losing its primacy, just the like ability to watch it and be excited about it? Do you think it's a good fix to make it as complicated as possible?
I think the idea, there's some intelligence in it in the sense that like shortening the game is important. If you're playing to 40 rather than playing for 48 minutes, I think that might have a play role in like, hey, just let's fast break dunk to 40 just seems foolish, right? And I also think including a young team might help because we're not losing to those guys. You want that to kind of click in a little bit and engage some competitiveness. But I feel the same way about this that I feel about like Nick Wright's idea with dunks being threes or Bill Simmons' idea of getting rid of corner threes or like all of these different ideas where it's like everyone's coming up with these ideas to try to improve the quality of the product. But the real problem is urgency. We have 82 games and we let 20 of the 30 teams in. So you can literally shit the bed for a month and it doesn't matter. So, like, it doesn't matter what you do to the rules. They're not going to play harder. That's the main problem. The same thing goes with the All-Star game. Like, I even heard Devin Booker. He's like, I kind of have an issue with this because it feels like it's kind of messing with the history. And I'm like, okay, I hear you, but back then they played harder. So you're being disrespectful to the history of what was taking place in this game in the past. But like at the end of the day, if they're not going to play hard, it doesn't matter what the format is. It doesn't matter if they do 1-on-1, 3-on-3, 5-on-5, 48 minutes, all the different rule changes they could do. It's just not going to matter unless the guys go out there and compete against each other because that's what we want to see.
It's the just really quick. That's the point about the Rising Stars. They're trying to legislate pride. They're trying to legislate these guys to care. And we were talking about it before we started recording. Don't you feel like David Stern just would have had a meeting that was like, tell me what it is. I'll give you any dollar amount, whatever else. But when you walk out of the room, you're going to tell everyone you can't wait to fucking play in the All-Star game and you're going to bust someone's ass. Like, I'm not going to roll something out and then have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and like big stars saying, yeah, I don't know. The format looks horrible.
In particular, these players are so fucking rich, though. What amount of money would you have to put out there? You know what I mean? For these guys,
500K, right?
Guys, they're still doing commercials. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's not enough. Like, Braun's doing pistachios commercials or whatever with Kevin Hart. Like, so money must mean something to them still. And I don't know if it's money or if it's an incentive, whatever it is. But like, my thing was always like, don't you feel like David Stern, if he's here, is running it a little bit more like a mob boss? And I feel like Adam Silver is running it like he's an MLB or NFL commissioner, where it's the team corporations that he's keeping happy. And the NBA is really about getting buy-in from like 5 to 10 guys.
Players.
It's a different job. And I don't feel like I don't feel like there's any mystique around him or even a slight edge of fear. Like, I mean, even the biggest stars in the game at the time would talk about, man, David Stern called you. you got that little, your heart started beating a little bit,
We were talking about this. Could Silver run it the way that David Stern did, being that not only the NBA has changed, the players have changed, but society's changed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
being a dick's not as cool as it used to be.
You know what I mean? You're just a dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not the guys. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, could he move? I mean, but maybe you need a commissioner that doesn't care if it's fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That doesn't care. Like, in order to keep the business the way it is, to keep people like, yo, we'll do what we have to do, not necessarily what people want to be done. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Well, so let's look at the money though, because like, so I thought that I have liked the in-season tournament. There are some things that I think they could tweak, and some of it can be weird at times. But like the in-season tournament elimination games were by far the hardest
So
played
much
basketball
fun.
games that I
So
watched
much
this year.
fun.
Like the final score in that Thunder Bucks game was like what 95 to 82 or something. Like if those same
Yeah.
two teams played next week on Thursday in Milwaukee, both teams would score over 110 points. Like they're playing way harder. So like let's pretend that we're doing like a volume celebrity pickup game, right? And we're just messing around. Let's pretend they put $5,000 per player to the winning. Like we're going to compete now. Now I'm going at you. You know what I mean? Because like that's the thing. Like it's not life changing money for these guys, but 500K is a lot of money, and they might go after it. And so like my thing is like it would be cheaper too because in the in season tournament they have to give 250K to the losers. I think you could do something like that where it's like, okay, we have $6 million cash for these 12 players on the winning team. Go get the money. Play for the money. I think they would. It's kind of
If you
shitty
lose,
that we
fuck
have
you.
to give
That's
them money.
crazy. That's some
Yeah,
David Stern shit.
yeah. But seriously, but that's the thing. Like it sucks that we would have to do that to get them to play hard. But if that's what it takes, like, because here's the thing. Do you guys remember the first Elam ending game, the one where LeBron or AD won it with free
Yes.
throws, but it was LeBron
Yes.
versus Giannis? And like, do you remember how competitive that was? Like,
Yes.
That was
when you
so much
actually
fun.
see these guys try hard against each other, it is an incredible television product. That we have to chase that somehow. You know what I mean?
They were taking
And-
charges in game.
Yes.
You know what I
Kyle
mean?
Lowry,
Like,
fucking
Kyle
Kyle
Lowry.
Lowry.
Putting his
Kyle
body on
Lowry
the line.
damn near ruined
All-Star
that game.
game.
Bro,
I-
I'm still mad at Kyle Lowry for what he did at the end of that game.
I just like whether it's money or whatever else. Like, I don't think we as fans, like, yes, you could say it's. I agree with you that there's a level of it being sad, particularly when you have people like Devin Booker. I thought it's disrespectful to history. I thought that was a bullshit comment because of what you just said. Like, it's not and I'm always on the player side of any dispute ever, but it is like you're the ones we're annoyed at, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that is the case. No one's sitting here going, Adam Silver is not getting these guys to play hard enough. We're saying everyone, including non-old people, are saying like this generation, whatever else. But so if they have to pay him to get him to play hard, they just signed an 11-year, $76 billion television deal. You have the money to convince 20 guys to play hard one night. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just like, if it's money, if it's the fuck you instead of whatever it is, like, I do think if you're going to legislate the pride, if they're going to try and do that, I'd be more interested in the USA versus the world format. I think you could generate some pride there. I think that obviously worked very well during the Olympics. It's just the difference in the Olympics was the guys cared about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you saw the best players of their generation playing together with passion, we all felt something. I mean, we talked about it over the summer. How many NBA games on average make you feel, even in the playoffs, the way you felt during the Olympics? Like that's the problem to me is we should still be getting that with the All-Star game and we're not getting it. I don't know if they can, write the check or legislate it or whatever, but it just, I don't know. It honestly bums me out because that used to be one of my favorite nights of the year. Like I would look forward to that.
That whole
Have
weekend.
you guys gone back to watch the YouTube video of the Serbia game yet? Have any of you guys taken the time to do it yet?
No.
Do it one of these days. It'll bring back the feels immediately. I can't remember a time where I felt like that as a basketball fan. That was pretty incredible.
Tyler, what would you do with the All-Star weekend? Do you think there's any chance that this format succeeds or what do you think about it?
I mean, I'm not mad with them trying shit right now because for one, like I'm just not gonna be on the side of disrespecting the All-Star game. Like, we don't give a shit about the All-Star game. Those scores are like 170 to 172 at the end, right? Like, so yeah, I'm fine with them trying to incentivize competitiveness in however way they work. And I think that this little 14 tournament or what have you, sponsored by Castor Oil, is gonna be pretty cool. I'm actually looking forward to it.
I think the tournament will also be cool, and here's my idea. I feel like these players are so rich now that like $100,000 gained or whatever is like not motivating them to the point that we want it to motivate them to. But, and this would never get agreed to by the CBA or by the players or whatever, but I think losing money
Oh my God,
hurts more than
That's
gaining money
hilarious.
improves your life, right? And so these guys, I looked it up. Every All-Star from 2023 is going to get a 9-figure contract at some point in their life, right? So these guys are insanely rich. I'm not saying they need to lose millions of dollars, but if you were like the losing player on each team has to pay 50 grand to a player on the winning team, I think that is incentivizing people a lot more than winning 500.
I think these dudes
so
are
it's-
too rich to be addicted to gambling now, though, bro. I don't
They
know
all
that
have to
anyone
write
will go for
checks.
that.
They all
I
have to
want
write
them to
their
write
checks
it
right
out
after
in
the game.
person.
No,
I want
but
them
if
to
they're
write them a
handing-
check.
If
Or
they're
hand them cash.
if they're handing 50K over or Zelle, I don't
Like,
even Zelle that much. I ain't rich.
If I told you losing
what I'm
50
saying?
bucks
Like, you
that
know what I mean?
to your
Like-
buddy, that hurts a lot more than
But maybe,
winning
yeah,
200 bucks from
bro.
like God or whatever. Like
All-Star games 4 p.m. on Saturday. Bring $100,000 in cash.
bring cash
Yeah.
with
Bro.
bring a briefcase
bring-
with
bring
Everyone
a bag of
stacks it.
ones.
You stack it up by the hoop.
right.
That's
You
the
put
way
it
you
on
do
right
it.
at the
Yeah.
right on the at the center court mark, right on the right in front
Even
of the
if it's
announcers. Just a
duffel
bag of
stacked
cash.
up in the locker room.
The
You're
winner
not
team
gonna
gets
see
to,
Braun, I
gets
wanna
to throw
get-
the
yes.
cash in the air afterwards, bro. I
I'm not
want
gonna want to
cash
see
on the
Braun
court.
hand over. Braun's not handing 50,000 over to Giannis. You know what I
Hell
mean?
no.
Like he's
So,
Yeah,
playing
but that's the
that
thing.
zone,
That's
for
the
sure.
reason why this works. This has been, I don't know about you guys where you're from, but like money tournaments are kind of a big deal out here. Where in like the Arizona, California, we do a lot of money tournaments, and like every team shows up, they pitch in money, and then the winner takes all of it minus what it takes to pay for the refs in the court, you know, and that kind of thing. Like that's what it is, and like that's always been a part of basketball culture. We play for money. Like I'm 100% with you, Jackson.
If seeing Giannis pull up to McDonald's recording himself with a $50,000 duffel buckled into his passenger side, talking shit.
LeBron
thank
gave me
you,
this
Brian.
shit.
Appreciate you, bro. You know what I mean? You can buy a lot of chicken nuggets with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
These
that might-
200,000
that might move
nuggets are on LeBron.
Right. I'm gonna throw in a Sprite in there just for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Anthony
like,
Edwards
dog.
getting 50 grand from Kevin Durant. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god!
Are
He
you
would
kidding
talk so
me?
much shit, dude.
Talking so much shit. I'm not mad at it, bro. Because there's a
And-
chance they can
yeah.
win that 50K. So it's not like they're
Mhm.
just, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's there to be had. Ant talk like Ant's talking as much shit as he's been talking, like him celebrating at Oracle, like during the fourth quarter of a game. I think that's so important because it breeds animosity, and animosity is one of the few things that will get these guys to play hard in the regular season.
For sure.
Steph goes night and says, "Run me 50K down the court." Like, come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
I think hate inspires most people more than positive affirmations if we're giving it
This
to
is-
me. We could talk all day. We're like, yes, but nigga, if you throw some hate, I want to prove you wrong.
The only
you know,
lesson Twitter has taught us.
making somebody eat their words is much more inspiring than, you know what I'm saying? Somebody
Quote tweet
Hmm.
economy. That's the quote
Right.
tweet economy, bro. We're electing presidents off that theory that you just said right now.
Maybe-
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It's the most wonderful time of the year for getting in on all the hoops, football and hockey action at DraftKings Sportsbook. In the season of giving, we're being gifted college football and basketball, pro football and basketball, and pro hockey too, almost 24/7.
So many games every day, so many opportunities to place your first bet. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and place your bet. And here's a gift for all new customers. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Jenkins. That's code Jenkins for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours.